broke Suzuki. Superman before Zack Snyder ruined him. Man, that's something. Michael Keaton was the best Batman, while Christian Bale was just deadpan. No one remembers the other ones. Princess Leia in bikinis and Transformer Lamborghinis. Please don't let Shia LaBeouf ever act again. Please, God, no. Remembering tales from the crypt, back when Michael Bay wrote good scripts. He wrote the all right here is no mystery, cause it's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. It's the history of bad. It's bad. It's the history of bad. So bad. It's the history of bad ideas. Podcast.
This episode of Hobie is sponsored by Hello Jeff. Save 20% off your first meal box with promo code HobiePod.
Please note that any comments, jokes, questions, maybe anything that we say on the history of bad ideas is all in good fun. And remember, we insult everybody. Our thoughts, opinions, questions, anything else, actions that we do on the show do not reflect any of our employers, organizations, advertisers, or anyone else that is associated with the history of bad ideas. And remember, at the end of the day, it's just a joke. Welcome to the History of Bad Ideas, episode number 477. I'm Jason.
I'm Jeff.
Blake.
I don't have an outline.
And I'm Brian.
Brian took it from you. I had it right there for you.
No,
he took it.
Put it right there.
Put it right here.
Where's Brian's outline?
Yeah. You didn't tell me you needed one. This is what happens. Hey, inkjet stuff isn't cheap.
Yeah, neither is gas.
I'll get you an outline next week.
Thank you.
Ooh, burn.
I guess you got a point there.
I do.
What happens if we use the inkjet printer, like put that
Don't.
in the gas tank?
No, don't.
We'll try that in your car.
Or we can use gas in his inkjet printer.
Ooh, I like
That would be fun. I feel like that could work, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Don't try this at home.
We would just have to, instead of paper, though, it would have to be wood. So it would be like a wood burning outline. I like that idea.
Didn't I see like the actual printer inkjet per ounce was actually more costly than gold?
Yes.
It is the most expensive substance
Yes.
in the world.
Because they have to go to like the middle of the ocean and mine it.
They have to get it out of octopuses.
Oh, is
They
that
have to
what?
milk the octopus eye,
Does it have nipples?
apparently.
Oh, okay. Welcome, everybody. Andrew from the Cincinnati Comic Expo is supposedly showing up.
Yeah, we believe it when we see it.
We're going to. He's going to be here.
And Justin's going to be here, too.
Well, come on. Let's not be ridiculous.
He's like Pip's benefactor. We really don't know who he is.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But yes, he will be
It's
here.
Mrs. Havisham, isn't
No,
it?
don't have any great expectations.
That's a good book.
It was.
Let's see
It
here.
was a terrible book. It was the worst book I ever attempted to read.
How about The Grapes of Wrath?
Better than Great Expectations.
I love Grapes of Wrath. Really do.
Did you want to sue because of the title? Yes, false advertising.
Oh, like the never-ending story?
Like the never-ending story.
It's a good call. You know what? We probably could do that now. Wonder if we could.
I'm thinking, based off of the suit that you can sue movie companies because their trailers are inaccurate. I think we should be able to sue every fast food place that shows a picture of a burger and our burgers don't look like that when we get them.
Couldn't sue Pizza Hut. I think they actually do like real pictures. So that's the only place we couldn't sue.
I will say Pizza Hut's pizza does look like their ads.
Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Okay. It's very dry. Like the dough. Which I get.
Oh, what? Pizza Hut's one of the greasiest pizzas out there.
Their pizza is greasy, but like the dough part, it's too doughy. Too doughy. Don't like it.
Okay.
Just telling you. Yeah.
What part of the pizza are you eating the grease from?
Well, the top of the cheese, the pepperoni, that's all grease. But like when you get to the crust end, like you get the thick crust, it's too thick.
What the fuck are you talking about?
The pizza crust on the pizza. You know what? Fuck off, Brian. You know what, Jim? Take that outline back. Take it back. That's yours. That's yours now. Forget it. You lost your opportunity there. Anyways,
So that was Pizza Talk.
on the Hobie Network. Oh, my goodness. Let's have a breath of silence, though, first.
Several.
Annie Wershing from Bosch, 24. She was the serial killer in The Rookie.
Yep.
Spoiler alert.
Are you...
I'm so far behind on that show.
Well, I will tell you, we're slowly catching up, and they have a final piece with her in it this year, and I wonder if it's because she knew something, or...
Yeah, I mean, she's been battling it
Yeah.
for almost 3 years now.
So we actually watched it last night, and we're like, oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
She was great as a serial killer in it.
She was.
I do like that she has, like, minions, though, with her. Like, she has acolytes, is what she calls them.
Yeah, minions. They're yellow. Some of them have one eye.
Stewart is one of them.
Kevin's got the one eye, I think.
I think you're right. My youngest knows those guys. But yeah, Breath of Silence there.
Star Trek, too, if I'm not mistaken.
I think she was in Star Trek.
That stands for Cindy Williams.
Yes.
Shirley Feeney.
I was just getting to that.
She's with the great Boo Boo Kitty in the sky.
Yeah, there was a decent amount this week. We got any other ones? I think there was someone else, right?
There's one other.
There was some sports-related person.
Billy Packer.
Oh, Billy Packer.
Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr.
Bobby Orr,
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking of.
Oh, it was in Hall?
No, Bobby Hall.
Or Bobby, yeah.
Yeah, Bobby Hall.
Yeah, Bobby Hall.
Not Orr.
Wrong Bobby. Right sport, wrong Bobby.
The original Wednesday from the Addams Family.
Yeah.
Oh, that's who it is.
Loring.
Yes.
You're right.
She was only like 64 too. She was young.
Annie was only 45.
Yeah. She had cancer for the last 2 years, I think, is what they said for that.
Fuck cancer.
Yes. So big breath of silence for all of them. So there you go. Let's see here. Anybody watch anything this week? Anything? No?
Let's see. I continued watching Legend of Vox Machina.
Still enjoying it?
Still enjoying. Oh, it's getting better.
Where
Okay.
can I watch that at?
Amazon Prime.
Okay.
I started watching Suits,
The USA show?
the USA show.
Wow. When USA had TV shows?
Exactly. When USA existed, are they still
Yeah.
around?
they're
just
Raw.
have Wrestling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And, well, something's got to come back to replace the Chrisley shows.
Maybe that's why I didn't watch it, because Chrisley was always on. No. Never really watched Suits before.
Oh, wait. Isn't Mrs. Chrisley already being transferred to like a mental health unit or something? She didn't last like one day where she was at.
I didn't hear yet.
Nah.
So she wasn't in Shawshank, because they would just beat her
No.
until she
I'll
died.
I'll know in a couple weeks when I get the letter
Yeah.
back from her.
All right.
We've been pen pals.
But I guess, like on YouTube or Facebook, they have like these little short clips or whatever, advertising things. Little clips of Suits like popped up, and I'm like, oh, maybe I should give this show a try. And it's Meghan Markle, so I'll watch this.
I'm Megan. I do like that you're getting advertisements on Facebook for Suits, and what USA marketing guy goes, "Hey, this show's been off the air for like 5 years. Should we advertise? Yeah, put it on Facebook."
I don't think USA is advertising it.
Oh, it'd
I
be
think,
better if it was.
That is on. I'm
Tubi?
trying to remember. No,
Flexi.
no. It might be
Peacock.
Freebie?
It might be Amazon.
Peacock.
It's
Tubi?
none of those, because I haven't watched any of them.
Freebie,
I haven't watched Freevee or Tubi or Hulu.
Paramount.
Voodoo?
I'm surprised it's not on Peacock.
It's not Paramount.
That's where the
I'm-
rest of the
USA Network.
Yeah.
shows are on.
I'm thinking it is. Yeah, as I said, Amazon.
Free preview?
Do you remember, like, they had some decent shows back then? I think we actually linked it on our Facebook page, the
USA?
History of Bad Ideas. Yeah.
Saved by the Bell?
No, it was Suits.
Oh.
They had Mr. Robot. That was popular for a couple of
Awesome
years.
show.
Oh, I didn't realize that was.
You can
USA.
watch it on Peacock TV, Prime Video, Vudu, or Apple TV.
Okay, I watched it on Prime Video.
Psych. Psych was on that USA.
Oh, yeah.
White Collar. White
Yeah,
Collar.
White Collar.
What about Monk? Did they have
Monk was on there.
Yeah,
There
they
you
had
go.
Monk.
Burn Notice, great show.
So good.
Burn Notice.
Covert Affairs was on it.
Piper Parabell.
Shooter was
That was another good show.
I think you talked about that.
I did.
In Plain Sight. I remember
That's
that
another
one.
Good show.
Oh God, Royal Pains.
Royal
The
Pains.
doctor in the Hamptons.
Silk stockings.
Silk
Oh,
Stockings.
well, that was the
Yeah,
best.
Silk
The
Stockings.
first season
Yeah.
of Royal Pains was really good, and then it got really bad. Like, just so cheesy.
Necessary Roughness.
Yeah.
Oh,
man.
well, we'll forget about that.
The Purge. I forgot The Purge was on there for a couple years. The
I
TV
didn't
show.
even know that they made a TV show.
Really?
Sirens.
Yeah.
Wow.
What happened to USA?
Dead Zone.
Yeah, Dutch Zone.
Pac Blue. Pacific Blue. I think that was Mario Lopez.
Probably.
Oh, wasn't they like Airwolf or something on there? Or?
That was in the 80s, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah, there
but
it is. Airwolf. Yep.
Yeah, but it was still USA.
No, what happened? I posted this article a couple months ago, like about it, and basically they never gave a good answer. They basically were like, "Yeah, we're gonna have original programming except for wrestling," because they're like, it's cheaper to do the Miz and Mrs. I think
Reality stuff.
Yeah.
Reality program is
Yeah.
cheap to make.
the Chrisleys. So they said they basically got out of it, and it was like the shows were never bad. Like even Mr. Robot got Christian Slater an Emmy for 1 year.
Yeah, and it brought the world Rami Malek.
Yeah, yeah. He sang a lot in that show. Really
He
good.
did not.
Sure wasn't a musical?
And it gave us Psych.
Yeah.
Jim's favorite show.
I think they keep doing movies for it.
They have 3 of them.
Aren't they coming out with a new one, too?
They just did.
Oh, did they? Okay. The only show that they make right now, like, that's not reality is Chucky, which is amazing that they have Chucky on the Child's Play.
I didn't even know that existed.
It's actually a pretty popular show, and it's like, so you got one show, wrestling, and reality TV. It's just weird, like,
What do they fill the rest with?
Reality TV.
TV
commercial, reruns of everything else.
Ridiculousness. Oh, that's on TV, my
That's
bad.
on TV.
Deliciousness moved over there.
Only from 8 to 9.
Yes, right. Yeah, I'm trying to see what their schedule is here. Hold on. Chicago PD reruns.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Lots of
Reruns.
Chicago PD reruns.
Now, just PD or all the Chicago series?
As of now, it's just PD. Law and Order SVU.
Dum dum.
Oh,
Still.
boo.
They do a bunch of NBC reruns.
NBC, yeah.
NCIS Los Angeles. NCIS.
Dum dum.
Wow.
Lots of Law and Order on tomorrow. Yeah. So that's it. WWE NXT. There you go.
NXT is on Wednesday.
It sounds like like a programming director for USA. They just hired some guy and he just like gave up. He's like, nah, fuck it.
Oh, Barmageddon.
What's the easiest way I can fill 24 hours in 7 days?
Yeah.
Let's put on Law and Order.
How can I make my job easy?
I do not know Barmageddon.
Barmageddon is
Select.
Barmageddon is country show, or they're in a bar. They play bar games, and there's a country guy doing it. Luke Bryan, maybe.
Oh, yeah, it's horrible.
Oh, I did see that. Oh,
I saw like one episode, and it was really bad.
I don't know who does it though.
I was thinking this was like a John Taffer ripoff or something.
Shut it down. What channel is that on? Paramount.
Here's MTV's programming for Wednesday, February 1st.
Okay.
12 a.m., Ridiculousness. 12:30, Ridiculousness.
Wait, what channel is this?
1 a.m., Ridiculousness.
MTV.
Oh.
1:30, Ridiculousness. 2 a.m., Ridiculousness. 2:30, Ridiculousness. 3 a.m., Ridiculousness. 3:30,
You can
Ridiculousness.
skip past the ridiculousness.
4 a.m., Ridiculousness. 4:30,
Keep going.
5:30, 6, 6:30 a.m., Ridiculousness.
When's Teen Mom 2 reunion?
All the way, okay, we go all the way till 7 p.m., Ridiculousness. 7:30, Ridiculousness. 8 o'clock, The Challenge. 9:30, Ridiculousness. 10, Ridiculousness.
8 and
10:30,
9:30.
Ridiculousness. 11, Ridiculousness. 11:30, Ridiculousness.
And this was from the channel that was on the cutting edge of great programming and informing, our social, our current media, whatever.
Oh, yeah, and they pretty much started the
coined the term
program.
VJ,
the reality television.
video disc jockey, and
They can't even show reality television.
It's true. Real
World.
Real world.
Road Rules.
They created the genre that destroyed it. They created the genre that destroyed
Now they
itself.
just have one guy looking at videos from the internet.
Yeah. Well, hold on. He's got his lackey secretary who can laugh obnoxiously. And the one guy who's a disc jockey who really isn't.
Time out. You look like they're milking a cow instead of actually.
I'm demonstrating what the disc jockey does. He presses play and he goes forward, backwards, play, stop, play.
You know what? I'll be honest.
And he's got a 50-year-old guy who thinks he's 18 years old wearing a stupid fucking baseball hat. Like, let me tell you something.
What's wrong with baseball hats?
You need to curve your bill.
Oh,
Be
okay.
50 years old and have a flat bill. Jim, stop it.
I don't know what you guys are whispering about, but it makes bad.
Oh, sorry.
radio.
Moving on. Anyways,
Our benefactor has arrived.
we think.
Somebody.
Are you saying you need to go let him in?
Yeah, somebody needs to go let him in. Brian's on the job. Best intern in the business. Take his outline.
There you go.
You're asking me to do it, and with this chair, the way the air space is, it's hard for me to get out.
Well,
It's harder for Jeff to get out, but
I like to see Jeff get out. That would be tough.
well,
No, that's get off.
Oh, Jeff, who was in your Jeff box this month? Hello, Jeff.
Fruit roll-ups.
This week?
Yep.
Okay.
And
What kind?
It might vary. Whatever.
Okay.
Whatever
are you
got
allowed
thrown
to
into a
use the
box.
term fruit roll-ups, or do you have to say fruit leather?
We used actual fruit roll-ups, so
From 1990?
we don't know when they expired.
They don't expire.
But we used them with taco meat.
Oh. Okay.
So you can make a fruit roll-up taco or burrito.
Oh, that's nice.
The Hello Jeff box this week.
Oh, fruit roll up burrito.
Yep.
What's the taco seasoning? What's the middle? Is
It's
it actual
beef?
Oh, fantastic!
Now, we don't flavor the beef in anything other than beef, but
Beef flavored beef. Mm-hmm. I love that.
Sounds really good.
you brown the beef and you put it in fruit roll-ups.
Better question. Do they still make fruit roll-ups?
Yes.
Wow. That's pretty impressive.
takes 3 to fill you up.
Oh.
Who's that voice?
For those who didn't hear that, Andrew just said it takes 3 fruit roll-ups to fill you up.
Welcome, Andrew. Welcome.
If I didn't know any better, I thought he was talking about the healthy choice frozen dinners because
The lean cuisine.
yeah,
It's definitely not the Hello Jeff box.
Now you're going to have to lean in and talk. You and Blake are sharing a mic.
Okay.
So you got to lean in. We still can't hear you when you're that far away. Say hi.
Oh, hi.
There you go. Okay. Don't be afraid to talk loud.
you want to introduce?
Andrew's here from the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Yay!
Welcome, Andrew. Welcome. I'll be honest, I'm shocked you're here. I am shocked. We usually see you like 3 times a year, all 3 days on the expo, or 2 of them.
For 3 minutes a day.
Yes. You're zipping by in your little Porsche in the expo. We're like, hey, who's that guy?
He is a little busy.
Is he?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, that
You
makes
act like running an entire expo takes effort or something, Jim.
Well, the only thing I saw him doing was driving William Shatner around all over the place
That's
and then
true.
running after William Shatner after he stole his little cart.
William, I love you on Star Wars. You're awesome. Kind of an embarrassing moment.
Oh, did you tell that to him?
Oh, yeah.
Were you allowed to call him Bill?
Andrew?
I always just called him Mr. Shatner.
Oh, okay.
Respect. I like that.
Yeah.
You know, that just reminded me. It's going to throw in a story here
Okay.
about when we were working at a job and the president of the company was coming through, and the manager of the store is like, all right, now he's going to come in here, so, call him Mr. I'm not going to say his name out. Call him Mr.
Mr.
whatever.
Smith.
Yeah,
Mr. Smith and Mr. Thomas are going to be here.
Yeah, so be respectful, blah, blah, blah. They woke up to me, and I'm like, hey, Bill. And he was like, brother now. Because I had met him in the past before I even worked for the company.
Did your boss get mad?
His eyes lit up when I said, hey, Bill.
And then you were fired.
And then I had a good talk, and he realized, oh, maybe it's a good thing that you might know somebody who's higher up.
Oh, that was different than at my store when he came in. When he came in and they come in, hey, Jim. I'm like, hey, Bill, how's it going? And then we talk, and then the manager at the time just looked at me like, what are you doing?
Don't make eye contact.
And I'm like, I've met this guy numerous occasions away from work. Well, it was actually in Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Marathon. I was running for the Dick's corporate-sponsored team.
What? You gave the name of the company, Jim.
No, it's Richards.
It's Richards.
Richards.
But I was running for the corporate team, and so I got to meet all the big wigs, and they liked me. So
How dare you? Don't make eye contact. I can't even make eye contact with Andrew right now.
And that's when the manager said, I need to fire Jim because they like him more than me.
That's not far from the truth.
I think we told the story.
Andrew, would you like to tell us who's coming to the Comic Expo September 22nd through 24th? Make sure your mic's working, too.
Hobie is.
We'll be there.
Hobie is. Go ahead. Give us one name first.
Okay, well, it was announced on Face. Oh, I gotta get closer.
Just get as close as you can.
I'm getting abused. We have the legendary Jim Lee.
Whoa.
With the inker, Scott Williams.
Whoa, both.
And his colorist, Alex Sinclair.
Jeez, oh, Pete.
So, anybody wants to get autographs on your books, one shot, get them all.
All my 90s X-Men books are now worth something.
And that is Saturday only?
Saturday only, but Alex will be there Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Okay.
But Jim and Scott will be there just Saturday.
That's odd because Jim called me today and he's going to be on the podcast that Tuesday. He's coming into the here. That's a rumor.
Rumor is not confirmed.
No.
In fact, I think Jason is making another story up.
I think I am. That's a big one.
That never happens.
I like that.
No, Jim's somebody we've always wanted. Mm-hmm. It's always been on the list. Mm-hmm. And this year we're just able to make it happen.
It's very nice. That would be September 23rd, that Saturday. That'd be nice. Okay.
Should I get my Image comics signed?
You should get your image cut. Do you have Rob Layfield coming?
Well, no. Not that we know of yet. But,
Got pockets.
what, Stormwatch? Jim Lee did Stormwatch? Yeah, I've got all those.
Batman. He did Batman. I believe Hush. Did he do the Hush storyline? I believe that is correct.
Yes, that's correct.
Good story. Very good storyline.
When we were promoting Jim, I wanted to throw some X-Men books on the picture for him to promote, some of his X-Men work because everybody loves the X-Men work that he did.
Yeah.
But he's the big guy at DC Comics.
Yeah.
So
Probably shouldn't put the Marvel on.
no, but I so much wanted to.
But he pretty much did the number one selling comic in the history of comics. Now, granted, it's because they had like 6 alternate covers.
Doesn't matter. I think they actually sold it on Home Shopping Network, too.
I think they did.
They did.
Yeah.
8 million copies.
That's unbelievable. That's
8 million copies went to 2 million people.
Doesn't matter. It's still a lot of copies.
That's just good marketing.
Yeah. I've got 5 copies of my own, so.
And you figure now, like a good book, like a popular book sells 100,000 copies. That's unbelievable. Now, obviously, it's a different time, You also have digital and all that stuff now, too. But, I mean, now you're happy if you hit 60,000.
One of the local comic book shops had one of the X-Men posters from that time period that was still hanging on the walls, totally sun-bleached, faded.
Did you get it?
No.
Oh.
But you just look at it and that was another time. It was great to be in comics. And
yeah. Open up a comic book store now probably would not be the best thing. Not right now.
Paper Street's
Paper
doing a heck of a lot of business.
I will agree. That is true.
Got to make sure you're in on collectibles and games and just not comics. You have to
Funko.
You have to diversify.
Yep.
You got Funko Pops.
Whatnot has been a huge streaming service for a lot of those Funko and comic books, vinyl records too. There's a ton of Whatnot streams, people selling that stuff. Jimmy has like 3. I think he does 3 streams a week after he closes the shop for like an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
I think with something like that, you just got to be ready to move on to that next popular thing, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be able to have that in stock, ready to go. Like Garbage Pail Kids. Like, if they come back, he's got to be ready to get those.
Well, does he want my Garbage Pail Kids? I can sell them to him.
I don't think they're coming back.
But that first series
Oh, Garbage Pail?
is very.
Jason Basin?
Well, what if they are all plastered on the
Trapper Keeper?
Trapper Keeper that I have? Is that still good enough?
No, but the Trapper Keeper's worth something.
Trapper Keeper is.
Well, what if the Trapper Keeper's got stickers stuck all over?
Still worth it. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, there was actually a company just came out with dress shirts, and they were all based on Trapper Keeper designs.
I like it.
And I think it actually shipped in a Trapper Keeper.
That's
Sure
awesome.
Nice.
And the whole shirt is Velcro.
Oh.
No buttons.
So, last couple of weeks, we've been saying names that could come. So, I just need you to say yes or no on these, okay? If there's possibility.
Get ready to say no a whole
No. I think,
Is this a long list?
yes. Army Hammer.
Who?
The actor turned cannibal, Army Hammer.
Alleged cannibal.
Alleged cannibal.
That means no.
Gal Gadot.
No.
Oh.
Sorry. Sorry.
Brad Pitt.
Brad Pitt. I did say Brad Pitt 1 week.
He was the Vanisher.
Oh, that would be the perfect picture to get him to sign, too. Get Brad Pitt. Come on.
You know, you could probably get Alec Baldwin pretty cheap right now.
Ooh.
Hey, he was in The Shadow. He was in The Shadow.
Ooh, he's in a jail cell next week. Come on.
No.
Is he in jail?
He was
Not yet, but he is going to be charged.
He was formally charged today.
Charged.
Oh,
Yeah.
he was formerly charged today?
You know, the funny thing is, though, like, I don't even know why. I was reading an article about that with Alec Baldwin, and I was like, man, he was in The Shadow. I remember that was supposed to be a big thing. I literally went into a deep dive of 45 minutes of looking at the old Shadow toys they made back in the 1990s for the movie. They had a lot of Shadow TV or tie-ins. I was like, man.
Well, they thought
I
it was
didn't
going
know
to be.
they made Shadow toys.
Oh, there's some good ones.
Oh, I think McDonald's probably had them, or some.
No, I'm talking
fast
like
food
the actual
restaurant.
3
Yeah.
3/4
But
one.
I'm sure the fast food restaurants
yeah.
had tie-ins and.
There wasn't many for the Phantom. The Phantom did
Slam
not.
Evil.
Slam Evil. Billy Zane did not get many tie-ins.
That's
a
because
shame.
they realized it was going to be bad before
He fought
they released
pirates. It was awesome.
Well, everyone's got to fight pirates at some point in time. I mean, Captain Phillips did.
I'm the captain.
I'm the captain now.
I remember my dad was really excited about seeing The Shadow because he used to grow up on the radio show. And, like, I remember him renting that movie and was so excited about it. And we were watching it, and it was like, oh, no, this is not what you were looking
He
for.
never got excited about another movie ever again.
He got excited about Quigley Down Under, and I'm not kidding. I think he was really a fan of that one, too.
Good day.
Good day, mate.
So that's who the fan was. Says a lot about you, Jason.
Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome.
It's lack of movie taste.
At least it's inherited, I guess.
Yes, it is. Okay, so September 22nd through 24th, VIP tickets went on sale, correct, Andrew?
Yes, and for a limited time, they're pretty well discounted.
Okay.
Whoa.
Jump on them now.
That usually lasts, about a month or less. Mm-hmm. So you want to hop on that now and save some money on the VIP. And it comes this year, we're doing a little different. This year you get a T-shirt with the package. You still get in early to the show, early entry. But the main thing is this year you get a T-shirt. We used to give like a voucher, but now we're just giving you a T-shirt. So you got to pick your size when you buy the ticket.
What's the T-shirt of?
Huh?
Can you say that? What's the T-shirt?
Well, there'll be
T-shirts?
History of Bad Ideas T-shirts? We can make that happen. It could be like, what's that horrible show? Charlie Chaplin and the Factory? What's the Charlie and Chocolate Factory?
Charlie
Charlie
and the Factory. Charlie Chaplin and the Factory.
I love that band.
They're industrial music, right?
That's going to be Charlie Chan. Anyway.
So, how about this? We give you 3 gold Hobie shirts, Andrew. And if somebody gets one of those instead of another shirt, they win something. I don't know what they win.
Shart?
They win a tour of
Shirt,
art.
not shart.
A shirt.
You do not win sharts. No.
Yeah, that's right. 3 gold Hobie T-shirts out of that, and they get to give a top 5 list on the podcast.
I like it. They get to give a top 5. I like it. And a tour of the second floor.
That's free anyway.
Shut up!
And they get to work the line.
Hey, don't put my wife out of work.
Just so she can eat.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you know what? That reminds me, Andrew. I got a bone to pick with you. You better start talking to those costume contest people.
Moving on.
Touch with us.
Moving on.
Use out the major hall. All right.
Anyways, moving on.
Pass your notes along.
Got a lot of problem with you people. It's the errand of grievances.
Next, the feats of strength.
So did anybody else watch anything?
So that's our Suits talk for the night.
Any other guests you want to announce?
We are announcing another guest tomorrow.
Okay.
If you go to the homepage, you'll see who it is.
Okay.
Can you tell us now? The Hobie Spectacular?
Can you give us a hint? Does it start with Brad and it?
No.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. So Brad Pritt is not there this week here. Okay. Loved him in Suits.
But the guest list for this year is coming along nicely this year. I think everybody's going to be very happy.
Okay. So no Pritt. Okay. No Pritt.
No bra Pritt.
Bra Pritt. Okay.
No Brad Pitt, sorry.
Oh, what?
I just say that out there now.
He was in Bullet Train? Come on.
Yeah, we consider name movies he was in. That's not going to change.
I don't think
the
that's going to
fact.
help. Fight Club.
Just call up his agent and go, hey, he was in Bullet Train. Can he come?
Hey, we're doing a Thelma and Louise special this year. Can we get Brad Pitt?
Susan Sarandon going to be there? Maybe.
Gina Davis? No.
Love Susan Sarandon in White Palace. Anyway.
Star Wars guys were always cool.
Yeah.
Yes, we do have some amazing Star Wars guests lined up for this year.
Okay. So, yeah, September 22nd through 24th. Get your tickets at CincinnatiComicExpo.com. We can actually say, Jeff, that they're available now.
They are available now.
Yes.
And we can also say that Jim Lee is scheduled to appear.
Look at that. And maybe Mr. Pritt. I don't know yet. So we'll find out.
No, it's been confirmed he will not be.
Damn it.
I don't know about you guys, but I am when David, who is in charge of our comic book guest, told me that Jim Lee was done, the deal was done, I about lost my mind.
That's a big one. Do you think he's the biggest comic book artist you've had since Stan Lee?
Yes,
Yeah.
easily.
Well, bigger than Stan Lee, because Stan Lee really wasn't an artist.
Well, that's.
He was more of an
I meant in the
author,
comic
writer.
in the comic book realm.
I shared it with some friends. And you know what they said? Is that Stan Lee's brother?
And you know what you
So
say?
these were not comic book friends.
You know what you say? Yes.
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 The answer is always yes.
You're not invited.
Well, you can buy a ticket.
Buy a ticket.
He didn't have a speaking part in Mallrats.
And if you get a gold yellow Hobie shirt this year, let us know for a free shirt.
If you stumble across one,
What about if Jim Lee wants one?
We got some. What do you need? What do you need?
I hope you like small.
You know what? Because you're a good friend, Andrew. If Jim Lee wants a tour of the second floor, we'll make it happen. We'll make it happen.
I think Jim Lee's going to be spending a lot of time on the second floor.
Okay, I'm just checking. I mean, I guess we'll make it happen. I mean, Brian, could you do that?
Oh, no. Jason's not allowed to ask him any questions. We need somebody else moderating that one.
Oh, moderate. I was like,
Yeah.
what? Am I going to stand up in the crowd?
No, you can't moderate a Jim Lee panel.
That's fine.
We'll go ahead and pencil Brad in for that one.
So let me ask you all, if you're going to get like one book signed by Jim Lee, what is it?
I got my graphic novel, Batman Hush. I would probably have him sign. I love that series.
I probably would go with the collector's edition of X-Men #1.
Would he sign? He'll sign Marvel, right?
Oh, yeah.
Even though
He
he's
did
DC.
the work. I mean,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
His name is on it.
Well, yes, that's true.
But like I said, but I would be tempted for some of his creator books or whatever that he did with the Image. but I don't know. I was a big fan of his on X-Men when I was starting. So
It would be interesting to see what book he signs the most of at conventions.
well,
We can ask that.
let's get Doug to keep a running count. He'll just stand next to Jim Lee the whole time.
Just have a tally sheet.
A clicker.
Clicker.
Left side.
X-Men 1.
DC Marvel. For me, it's going to be the Extinction Agenda hardcover that I bought.
Okay.
Okay.
I got Rob on it when he came to the show. Mm-hmm. So now I get to add Jim.
Oh yeah, especially with the crossover, and you've got the multiple artists or whatever in that.
Yeah, that was when I was really starting to get into comics on my own without my dad spoon feeding me G.I. Joe and Archie books.
From G.I. Joe.
And then my brother's older friend, Chris, I went over to his house, and he knew I read comics. And then he pulled out.
Playboy.
They have funny comic strips in Playboy, but I don't
Playboy
think
had
that's
some
what he
good
means.
articles.
Russ Heath art. But
Silverstein. Come on.
he pulled out some the Jim Lee stuff, said, this guy's amazing. Look at his artwork. And I was just like, wow. And then I was just like, I read one of the X-Men books that he had, and he goes like, yeah, this stuff's the best. You got to be buying this stuff. And then went home, and I was like, I got to get myself some Jim Lee. And then bagged my mom after a week. She finally took me up to the comic book store, bought X-Men 271 with my own money. I think it was like $1.25 or something. And then that was that whole crossover with all the artists and that are all big names.
Yeah.
And when you're a kid, you don't have any money.
Correct.
I got to tell my mom, no, I don't need this book. Apparently, it's connected to this book, and it's also in this book.
Yeah.
So I got to get all these books now.
Yeah, I don't need the next X-Men book right now. I need to get the X Factor book, and then X-Force after that. So
You know why?
Yeah.
You know why you need an X Factor? Cyclops was the leader.
not at that time.
Oh, that's right. He was still with that. Damn it.
Ha!
Damn it.
Havoc was so there.
That was always my biggest disappointment. I picked up X-Men, and then it was like, oh, Cyclops is no longer part of this. He was the leader in the Dark Phoenix graphic novel I just read.
Yeah.
7 years later, he's not the leader. I love Cyclops.
Yeah, for some reason, Cyclops is his favorite X-Men. Of all
really
the
is.
X-Men,
Of
he
all the
picks
X-Men?
Cyclops. Yeah.
I love
I
Cyclops.
always preferred his brother.
Oh, God. What was that was Havoc, right?
That was Havoc,
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's at the end of the X-Men, the Extinction Agenda. Those two are fighting him on the rooftop, Hodge.
Oh, yeah.
Well, speaking of DC, we'll have DC news later on, too. That just came out today. The DC movie universe.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that with the
James Gunn.
James Gunn? Yeah.
Sean's
Yeah.
brother.
So we'll release
Tommy's nephew.
Did you guys watch that? Because I saw
Yes,
some
I
clips
did.
of it. It seemed.
I'll get to it. We'll get to it here.
Oh, it's on the list?
Yeah, well, no, but I changed some stuff.
Yeah. He'll send us an outline and then
change
change it. You know,
Well, you know what?
the former intern still does a great job on the outline, and
Good
then
job,
Jason
Brian.
changes
Thank
it.
We did have a Twitter poll of the week this week at Bad Ideas Podcast.
Because no one voted on it.
It said 0% on
No,
all
it's
these.
not updated. I got the updated numbers.
So that
What?
means nobody voted?
No, I got the updated numbers. God.
How many people vote?
11.
No, we had more. Thank you.
14.
No, we had. Okay, you know what, assholes?
So one troll could really ruin.
You
your
only can
poll.
vote once, okay? Don't you know how Twitter works?
It's the one person with 14 accounts.
Elon Musk voted 37 times, okay? Are you happy?
Pat Cable voted 14 times.
Yes.
What match do you want Sami Zayn to perform in at WrestleMania 39 since he turned on Roman Reigns this week and it was French Kiss beautiful at the Royal Rumble this week? Beautiful. Blake watched it with me.
Sorry, we had 23 votes.
Yeah.
That's almost double.
To be fair, I did realize, shit, we don't have a Twitter poll of the week this week. I'm really
Like you
bad
do
at that.
every week.
I know. We had Sammy and Kevin Owens versus Jimmy and Solo. Sammy versus Reigns. Zayn and Jake versus Jimmy and Solo. And Sammy and KO versus the Usos.
Can you do me a favor and explain to me who Jimmy and Solo are?
Jimmy is Jimmy Uso.
Okay.
Jey Uso may have left the bloodline of Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, Jey Uso, and Solo. who's cousin, I think.
Okay, so
Oh, no, they're all cousins.
So the Usos, Reigns, and Solo
Solo.
are all in a group.
And Sammy was.
They're all family.
They're all family.
Mi Familia?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So in last place is Sammy and Kevin Owens versus the Usos. That's what it's going to, people, for the titles. Sammy and KO versus Jimmy and Solo at 9%. Sammy and Jay versus Jimmy and Solo is 35%. And winning Sammy versus Reigns at 48%. But the rumor today is that it's actually taking place at Elimination Chamber because Sammy has no shot in hell of winning. Because why would you go with the hot ticket right now, Brian? Never worked for Daniel Bryan.
If you were going with the hot ticket, you're going to go with Cody Rhodes.
That's what the WrestleMania main event is.
So I just found out who these people are, but I'm cheering for a Sammy J versus Jimmy Solo matchup.
Okay.
I like it when, more than when it just breaks up the family.
Yeah.
That it's cut in half. And
The many matches you and Jim have had.
we all the time.
Yep, for the Cruiserweight title.
Still holding on to that baby.
Let's see here. I think that's everything.
I didn't watch anything.
Oh, what did you watch this week?
The Royal Rumble.
Good job. Did you like it?
No.
Oh, I liked it. Okay.
What'd you think of that pitch black match?
That was awful.
That was horrible.
Does that mean they turned the lights out and you couldn't see anything?
Pretty much, yes.
It was a blacklight match.
Bray Wyatt versus LA Knight.
Sponsored by Mountain Dew Pitch Black.
And he's not kidding. When you wrote that on our message board, I was like, no. And then I got home because we didn't get home till like 9 o'clock, and I turned it on and watched the Rumble. Then I got to that match, I was like, oh, God, it really is sponsored by Mountain Dew.
Oh, yeah.
I like how the whole show was sponsored by Applebee's. When I think wrestling, I think Applebee's.
Eating good in the neighborhood.
Oh, yeah. So, Blake, were you excited about it?
Yes.
They can't hear you without the mic. You can move it. I can tell you if the mic dies. It's okay.
In shocking news,
Yes.
Cody Rhodes won.
Yeah. Shocking news. Rhea Ripley won. Mm-hmm. But I'm okay with it.
She's the first female to go the distance.
Yeah.
And and that's big for them for the division.
I like her. I like her.
She's incredible.
As long as Nia Jax didn't win.
Oh, that's what I was cheering for.
That sloppy wrestler. Jeez. Oh,
I liked when Beth Phoenix beat up Rhea Ripley in the men's match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was.
I like that.
That was interesting.
My daughter goes, "Who's that?" I was like, "She's the original Rhea Ripley." She could fight anyone.
How about Gunther going the distance and then losing?
Hour and 11 minutes.
Very impressive.
I like him.
And he gets beat by the guy who was 30th.
Yeah.
Really not
Cody.
fair.
Oh, boo.
Gunther from Friends?
Yes, it's Gunther from Friends.
He came back from the dead to wrestle in WrestleMania.
Zombie
Or
Gunther came back.
Royal Rumble.
Cool.
His real name is Walter. Well, not his real name. His last wrestling name was Walter. Yeah. My two youngest were really excited about it. My daughter really likes it, and my 6-year-old does too.
I was not excited for Booker T.
What about the MGs?
He did a spinneroonie and then out.
Yes.
I was not excited by the 3.5 mile long ramp to get into the ring. I was almost completely sold that Otis was going to get lapped going into the ring.
Otis was not excited about it either.
He was not.
Big old Otis was not, no.
They didn't give Otis a scooter?
No, they did. They should have had those rings from WrestleMania 3 and not update it, the same ones, and just see how long
I'm
that
kind of
takes.
surprised they didn't make him do the worm all the way down. Because that's all he's got.
Triple H, that's a long walkway. Just do the warm, Otis. You're fine.
You're good.
You're fine.
I give you $50,000. Oh, okay.
No, you cannot do the worm coming in because then someone will beat the crap out of you and you'll never make it to the ring.
Oh, that happened to Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, his son beat him up, Dom.
He was announced at 17 and never came into the match. Never showed up.
So he won because he never got eliminated.
I did like Baron Corbin got beaten up before he got into the ring. Seth Rollins beat him up more, threw him in the ring, and then threw him right out. I was okay with that.
That was the now shortest
Is it?
Rumble appearance.
Huh.
6 seconds.
Oh, good. It was Butch. And it was Santino, I think, too. So
Pat McAfee came back.
that was awesome.
Nobody knew that.
So did
Did
you
he
know?
get thrown out?
No, he was an announcer.
Oh.
The best is that Michael Cole and Corey Graves had no idea who was
No,
coming back.
nobody knew.
Until his music hit, and you could tell like Michael Cole was like really excited to have him back. He adds a lot to the show. I like him.
Yeah.
So there's your Rumble match rundown?
There's your Rumble talk.
For the first WWE event I watched in probably a year and a half, it was average.
Yeah.
What I
liked-
expected.
I actually enjoyed it. I just like the Rumble no matter what.
Yeah.
It was better than last year, is what I thought.
I was expecting more people to show up.
Yeah, it was too. Lashley wasn't even. Oh no, he was in it. Lashley was.
Lashley
in it.
was in
He
it.
came
Yeah.
out right after Brock.
That's right. That's right. He's a big guy.
Yeah, Brock Lesnar's very large person.
Yeah, I meant Lashley, but yes. So is
Will he be at the expo this year?
do we got wrestler Brock Lesnar at the expo? Blake, just say yes.
Yes.
Awesome. Good job, Andrew.
Yeah.
Man,
Completely unconfirmed and almost definitely not going to happen.
Just asking.
I could do the wrestling panels. No problem.
Yeah, you could, but this is also not the Cincinnati Wrestling Expo.
But you'll be in like the smallest room.
Yes, yes. Do you remember when you got hit with a chair?
No, I do not. I absolutely do not.
Out of all the things I remember, that is not one of them.
Blake, give me some listener feedback.
All right, that sounds for the bomb listener feedback, sponsored by Andrew. Cincinnati Comic Expo is going to give me my own cart this year.
Your own cart? What? A shopping cart?
Yeah, motorized cart.
Is he having you pick up the garbage around the outside?
It's a drink cart. He has to sell
Are you collecting the aluminum cans for Andrew?
grenades.
Do people associate me with like a mobility scooter and a cart?
The hover
Blake
around?
does.
Yeah, I do.
I always like putting you next to Blake. It's a really good dynamic.
Oh, Andrew. All right. And Andrew fought Blake every time.
This is why I don't come back.
He is aggressively chewing this Hubba Bubba next to me right now. He's just firing through this gum.
You know, I could be 80,000 other places, but I'm here.
I could be inking contracts right now, but I'm sitting next to this guy.
The Cincinnati's most prolific entertainment podcast.
That's right.
That's right. I could have been signing Frank Stallone, but no, I'm here on Hobie, damn it. The better Stallone. The better acting Stallone.
I could have gotten Gal Gadot if I wasn't here dealing with this jackass Blake
Where's Brad Pitt at when I need him?
and his 50 restraining orders.
All right, so if you're not going to get Pitt, you got to get Keanu Reeves. What's one or the other?
I think the whole episode should just be 55 minutes of us asking him, can you get this guy? Can you get this guy? Hey, you know The Rock? Can you get him?
You know what? And then at the end of this, we're fired.
Yes.
You know those interviews you did last year, Jason? He ain't doing them anymore.
You know what? You are the tour guide for the second floor.
No, you're the janitor.
Before he gets out, he's going to get Brad's number from you.
Who's that other guy? Brad? Yeah, let me have him.
You hear that, Justin?
Okay, moving on. What you got, Blake?
Yeah, suck it, cinema guys. You know, Andrew, we always start off listener feedback with that one guy,
Number one fan?
7.
Apans,
Can't give yourself a nickname?
formerly known as
Big D.
Chili Billy.
the Postman.
Dad.
He always
Dad.
delivers.
Doug. We start off
Doug.
with Doug.
Like you, Andrew, Mr. Q, come on.
Oh, I didn't know you were wanting me to.
From Doug.
From Doug.
Yeah.
We'll edit it later.
No, we won't.
You're sticking this paper in my face. You're telling me you're talking, but you're not telling me I'm supposed to be reading from the paper.
I have a hot mic.
We've got the Ron Burgundy teleprompter in here. Go fuck yourself, Blake.
From Doug?
Blake's finger. Blake is poking the paper.
What's Doug want?
Go fuck yourself, Comic Expo. Oh, wait, hold on.
Oh, now we got to edit that.
No, hold on.
Well, there goes your card.
Damn it, the intern. Brian, the intern wrote that on there.
You're just gonna get a pair of roller skates.
With square wheels.
How are we going to read that freaking feedback?
Andrew, this is what we do.
No, it's really not. We usually say his name and then read his question, and then
20 minutes to read a guy's comment.
Welcome to Bomb Listener Feedback. Sponsored by Andrew at the Cincinnati
Okay, we did
Comic
that
Expo.
already. Move on. We are after from Doug, :
Nanny face off.
a nanny face-off.
I just watched this movie this weekend.
Nanny face off.
watched Nanny
Yes, I watched Nanny Face.
was that on USA?
Yes, it was. It was
Well,
right
there goes
after
the clue
Sue.
poster.
And the posters are coming down.
We're out of control.
Okay, what's Doug want? Nanny Face.
Face off.
Okay.
Mary Poppins versus Charles in Charge.
Are for days and nights.
So is this before Charles goes to jail?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Charles never went to jail.
No, but he probably should have if you listened to Nicole Eggert.
Well, moving on. Okay.
I don't even know who that is.
She was
was
an
on
actress
Baywatch.
who was on, well, she ended up on Baywatch, but she was on Charles in Charge, and
Did she pass away?
I don't think so.
No, she did not.
Okay. Sorry.
Her cousin's from Cincinnati.
Oh.
Yay!
She famous?
No,
Oh, okay. That's a good story.
it's not.
You know, she probably has a cousin from Dallas, too.
Probably.
That was probably the most uninteresting story we've ever told on the podcast.
My cousin from Cincinnati.
That's what I'm here for. We need something like just to fill time. Not that actually lends itself to any good conversation. I'm right there for you.
It's taking 40 fucking minutes to get through Doug's question.
You know,
That's
Natalie
a Paul
Portman's
Blart
grandmother
fun
lives
fact.
in Cincinnati.
Oh, she passed away.
Natalie Portman's grandmother used to live in Cincinnati before she passed away.
Yeah, she lived on the corner of Madison and Dana.
Moving on, I'm picking Mary Poppins because she has magic. That's what I'm
But
going.
she didn't use her magic for anything but giving the kids hallucinations.
If she was fighting Scott Baio, she would.
I'm
Charles,
I'm
sorry,
going with
Charles.
Charles because he's got Buddy that has his back.
Ooh,
Oh,
that bad.
Willie Ames.
Yep.
Willie Ames.
Oh, I saw them in Zapped. He had special
Zapped
powers.
was good, yeah. Brian, who you going with?
I guess. Fuck, I don't
Nanny
know.
McPhee.
Could you put some effort into this, Brian? Come
Mr.
on!
Belvedere,
Oh, I was going to go with Mr. Nanny.
Hulk Hogan?
Hulk Hogan.
Mr. Mom.
I don't think that's an option, but...
What about, was it Nandor from Guardians of the Galaxy? What's his name? I'm Mary fucking Poppins.
Oh, Nandor. From Guardians of the Galaxy.
Can you go with Princess Leia?
You mean Yondu?
Yeah, Yondu.
Yondu, Nandor, what's the difference?
I thought for a second you're like, I was thinking, Andor from Star Wars? No, that's not it. Who are you?
Oh, I thought he was talking about what we do in the shadows.
Oh, Nandor, yeah. Well, you know what? He was kind of a nanny
He was.
for last season.
Okay.
All right, did we answer the question?
I hope we did.
All right, we need to go to a higher
with
plane
Jeff?
now.
I
picked
went with
Mr.
Mr. Nanny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay, higher plane.
We need to go to a higher plane now. From Meow God, follow Blake's finger, Andrew.
From Meow God at Meow God.
What's your final stance on the D&D faux pas?
Oh, shit.
Will Jason play it now because the only people left that are going to play it are hipsters that want to be special?
They think Jason's a hipster.
Cue evil grin and an Oreo drop in front of Jason.
First off, how dare you? I've played D&D with Brian for the last 6 months.
Yes, yes.
Last 6 years.
As of last week, we realized that was Frogger that you thought was D&D. So
I still say there was dragons in the water that me and Brian beat. Brian?
No, I think we were wrong.
Do you think we were really playing Frogger?
We were just playing Frogger.
But I named my character.
No one told you to do that.
But I did.
I never told you.
It was
to name
Lee
your-
Iacocca.
Well, here's his failed experiment in the DeLorean.
Damn it. Andrew.
That's right, Andrew. Tell him your strategy for beating Dungeons and Dragons.
So here's what we do. So Brian and I, in the last probably 2 years, we really got into Dungeons and Dragons. And what we do is...
I don't believe this.
No, we do. So what we do is we go into the dungeons, kill the dragons.
And then we've beaten the game.
Yeah, and then we leave. That's the game, right?
That's how you beat the game.
We have beaten this game 38 times in 30 minutes or less.
By going into the dungeons, it means crossing the street with all these cars driving by.
No.
And then defeating the dragons means hopping on them and getting to a lily pad.
I really don't think we were playing Frogger. I really don't. Have you ever beaten Dungeons and Dragons, Andrew?
I don't know what Dungeons and Dragons you're even playing.
It's the new version, the 6th edition.
Frogger.
Wizards of the Coast really fucked this up, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
There's so many YouTube videos about it. You can't even stop scrolling on YouTube because it's all OGL
Yes.
this, OGL that.
Blake has talked about it the last couple episodes.
We're going to give him a break this week.
Yeah, me and Brian just did the talk.
We ran it all ragged.
But there's news.
There is?
Hold on. So
Apparently, they've given up and acquiesced to all demands.
So you know what the lesson is? Never try.
Thanks, Homer.
Yes.
I hope that answers your question, Meow guys.
Hopefully that answers it.
So they just abandoned all their plans and just said, act like it never happened?
Yes.
Apparently, I mean, I think there's something more sinister going on in the background, but they're like, all right, we are not going to get rid of the OGL 1.0. We are going to open it all up to Creative Commons, and we can't backtrack on that.
They've had to backtrack like 3 times now. And it'd be a great case study in business marketing.
Know your audience, number one.
Basically, Wizards of the
Correct.
Coast woke up one morning and Bobby was in the shower. That's what happened. That's what we're doing here. We're done. Episode's over.
There you go.
Okay, now I got to make a meme.
Of the Wizards of the Coast going in and seeing Bobby in the shower.
Yeah, you open the and it's, hello there. It was all a dream.
Trademark.
Trademark.
What else
All
we
right,
got?
moving on. Randall Holt at RJ Holt 666.
He's not evil.
Just handled that way.
That's right. Congrats on 9 years. How many hours of my life have I wasted listening to you guys? Too much or not enough?
Not enough.
I don't think
Too much.
I'm going to put it this way: if you listen to us as the background while you're doing other things, it's not a waste at all.
Hey.
Well, I think he does. I've talked to him in person.
So if
I think he listens to us at work. So
if you
it's
count,
better than paying attention to work.
if you figure out 400, I did 475 episodes. Okay, we're at 477, but 475,
Okay.
and an average of an hour and 35 minutes per episode. We are now at 45,000 minutes. 45,125 minutes.
Well, 925,600
600
minutes.
That's how many minutes you've podcasted.
That's a lot of podcasting.
It is. And that doesn't include any times we guested on other people's
No.
podcasts.
Brian and I are going to be guests on Everything I Learned from Movies soon.
Everything I learned from
And that's why
movies.
we are Cincinnati's most prolific entertainment podcast.
That's right. Andrew has been on for 125 minutes total.
Total?
Yes,
That's more minutes than I've actually listened to you
that's true.
in this
That is
podcast.
true. 9 years, though. It was 9 years last week. One of our listeners pointed that out.
Yes.
So,
We can start in January.
yep.
So I have to imagine he's going to get to 9 years and then this 2 hours and probably just quit.
Yeah, probably. So, our goal is at least episode, what are we on? 1,000. I think episode 1,000.
Oh,
We're not even halfway there
there.
yet.
Oh, we're halfway.
We're not halfway
Damn it.
there.
So, in 12 years, we'll be there.
Oh,
Andrew, in 12 years, me and you will be running the Cincinnati Wrestling Expo, so I'll be excited about that.
take my mic.
no.
It's plugged in, I swear.
What else we got?
Meeples and wine at Meeples and Wine.
Mm-hmm.
If you have to live in one sci-fi movie world for the rest of your lives, what would it be?
I'm having a hard time coming up with this because almost every sci-fi movie world is a terrible world to live in.
It's a dystopia.
Bob.
Oh,
Planet Bob.
Planet Bob. It's a brand new start. Everything's
Titan A. Yep.
It's an anus tart.
No. I'm going with Westworld. The years before it shuts down.
Yeah, nope. Westworld is definitely not a world I would want to
I
live
think
in.
you could switch different lands.
and die.
Well, yeah, but I would leave before that.
Well, technically, you don't die if you're the paying customer.
That's true. Well,
You're not
you would
supposed
hope.
to.
You're not supposed to. And then you can just get your mind transferred to other people.
Have you seen season 2?
Yes.
Have you seen season 3?
Have you seen season 3?
Unfortunately.
No.
No. Brian, what world are you going to?
Narnia.
Oh, there's death in there too.
It's
And you're
everywhere.
ruled by a lion.
Is Narnia sci-fi though?
Sci-fi / fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll allow it.
It's my list. It can be whatever it wants to be.
That's right. This is Hobie, Andrew. We can do whatever we want.
So Star Wars will be all right then, because we know that's
Shut it.
sci-fi.
Shut it.
What's that?
They said
It's a
sci-fi,
fantasy,
not space
movie.
opera.
Oh, never heard of it.
Andrew, where are you living? Sci-fi world.
Okay, if it's sci-fi, not fantasy,
Wow.
I'm going to go with Rylos.
Where's that?
It's in outer space.
Okay. What's it on?
The Last Starfighter.
Oh, God, this shit. Okay, let me explain.
It's his list. He can do
Oh,
whatever
my
he wants
God.
to.
He's the benefactor. He can say whatever the fuck he wants.
The Last Starfighter.
You know, I guess
That movie is not overstimulated across the world, so I enjoy my Last Starfighter niche.
I feel like every fifth conversation me and you have, we argue about The Last Starfighter. I feel like that's the thing.
there's something to argue about with it.
Yes, he likes it. I don't.
I love it. I love the premise of it.
Okay.
With having listened to you these past 9 years, I'm probably going to go with Andrew.
Oh, I'm sure he has a better taste. Trust me.
If that movie, for the space scenes, had the same crew that Lucas had, it would be Star Wars.
Okay. Is that the one that unicorn dies in it?
No, that's the last unicorn.
Oh, that's the
That's
last.
Last Unicorn. That movie is amazing.
That's. Did you like The Last Jedi?
Oh, God.
He likes the last Starfighter and
No.
the last unicorn.
Oh, okay.
So,
I like-
probably the best Star Wars movie, but
Can I change mine?
yes.
Shake it, Blake. Shake it.
Don't.
There you go.
Can I change mine?
Yeah.
I'm going to go to Dune.
It's a desert.
Yep.
He doesn't like cold weather.
He loves the spice.
I just want to see what's in the box.
So
You know what's in the box? We don't know.
it's
That's why I
going
wanna
Palmer's
go.
head. We already figured that out.
Oh, Brad Pitt's head?
Sure, Brad Pitt's head.
Blake, shake your damn mic. I don't know what's going on with that thing.
How about now?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay,
Jack, where
Alright.
are you going to live?
I'm picking the Matrix. I am going to be plugged into the Matrix and know nothing about the real world and have them give me a rich, lucrative life.
Okay.
And I'll turn you all in.
The other one I thought about was living on the barges in Wall-E.
Oh,
Well, you don't even have to get up.
That's true. That'd be a horrible life. I'm out.
On a cruise ship?
Yeah. I don't like being around people.
Okay, you can live down with Wall-E down.
That's fine. That's fine. Where are you going, Blake?
I don't know.
Really? All that time?
I didn't do any preparation for this question.
King's Landing.
Oak Island.
No.
Oak Island.
Yeah, Oak Island.
Because it's a fucking fantasy that they'll ever find something.
They find buttons all the time.
From Levi Strauss.
Buried wood.
Did you answer this, Jason?
big.
Yeah.
Still, it's like what 10 seasons.
Yes,
Like
10
now, have they like not interned the whole freaking island?
No.
They're finding stuff that they themselves have turned over.
My wallet.
Oh, my library card!
Yeah, there's my car keys. Did you see this John Deere tractor?
Now we can get out of here.
That's all they were doing for 10 years, looking for their car keys.
They finally brought Miriam back.
Did you answer it, Jay?
Yeah, I said Westworld.
Oh, yeah.
The good part of Westworld.
Season 1, Westworld.
Yes.
looking for this.
I want to go ahead and thank Meeples and Wine for the question.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Meeples and Wine is a Mike from formerly 40 going on 14.
Yep.
They have retired their podcast, and some
Quitters.
of them, Mike and his wife, are doing Meeples and Wine. It's about board games and beverages.
Yep.
I'm glad they brought it up because I was able to talk about The Last Starfighter.
Oh,
Anytime you can fit that in.
oh. I'm actually watching that tomorrow. I'm excited.
No, you're not. Not watching it, nor are you excited.
No.
Double lie.
Jessica Jones?
I'll get to that.
No, we won't. That's nowhere on the outline.
Will she be at the expo?
Jessica Jones.
Kristen Ritter?
Yeah. Okay. Good call.
What about John Bernthal?
How about Frank Stallone? He said yes.
Only if he can sing a song.
Oh, memories.
From Professor Number One.
Cats!
Well,
Out of all the songs in the world to come up with,
Question,
Stallone singing Memories from Cats.
Wait, is it from the butthole version or the non-butthole version?
non-butthole. Frank Stallone's classy. He doesn't do the butthole version. What else you got there?
So, the Josh Gad version.
Yes.
Josh Gad version.
From Professor Number One at Doctor Number One, is the old Viewmaster toy the best way to watch The Last Starfighter?
Oh, what?
That is not what it says.
No, it says Star Trek. It says, will Picard Season 3 be released on The Last Starfighter?
It's the same thing, right?
I will let you know that the old Viewmaster toy was the best way to watch Pinocchio.
You know how you watch Pinocchio?
On the Viewmaster toy,
Why?
you get 7 images and then it's over.
Good call.
Not with Tom Hanks.
Not with Tom Hanks.
And you know what you can do with that Pinocchio? You just
Or-
take the Viewmaster screen out and throw it away. That's a better version, too. That's another good version. That fucking show. Did you have a Viewmaster?
Who didn't have a Viewmaster?
Okay, I was just asking.
Growing up, everybody had a Viewmaster.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody has them today.
I don't remember what we had on ours, though. That's what I was trying to think.
I still have
I'm
a
sure Doug
Viewmaster
knows.
at home.
Do you?
Doug, what did you have on your Viewmaster when you were at home? Please send it to...
It was probably a tour of Walt Disney World or something.
Oh, jeez.
I think that's what I have in mind right now.
Or what stupid thing did Jason want that you beat him up so he would stay away from it?
Wow.
Better. That's the better question, dog.
Did get beaten up a lot.
Oh, bull crap. Your brothers just ignored you.
That's true. That's true.
No, that was when I met him.
Anyways, Jim, or what's your name? Jeff. Give me some news of the geek music.
It's time for another installment of the News of the Geek.
It's not a rankings edition.
Rankings edition?
Somebody's got to fix that.
See, I didn't read that because I thought that's dumb. I'm not going to read that because it's not right.
Per Fandom Wire, where Andrew gets all of his news from, one of the biggest complaints expected by showrunners and directors when they attempt to adapt a piece of literature into a TV series is the very much devoted fan base that comes running with their pitchforks. The source material isn't closely followed. Henry Cavill is one such person from the crowd who's a devout believer in sticking to the source material. According to a report by Recap Focus, where Jim gets all of his news from,
That's South Park.
Cavill pretty much had a fallout with the Witcher's story writers over diverging opinions on whether or not to follow the source material, which Cavill was a staunch advocate of sticking to the original story by Sapkowski.
Hey, that was actually pretty good.
Thank you, Mike Sapkowski. To make things even worse, a former show writer for the Witcher TV series, Beau DeMayo, that's a fake name, right?
It's a great fake name if it
Yes.
is.
Recently-
It's an even better real name if it is.
They claim that the other show writers for the series were in full agreement with each other over their shared dislike of the source material. So I'm going to write this show, but I fucking hate it.
Yeah,
Let's just do something else.
I hate the whole idea behind this show, but
I like
I'm gonna
money.
write it anyway.
Yeah. Henry Cavill wanted to get out of this mess. It's no surprise, since his and the fans' wishes were not met at all. In an interview with Brigade.
This is why we have Jason read this, because he can't read.
Radio 1, where Jeff gets all his news from.
No, it isn't.
Director Steven Sturgic praised the way that Cavill introduced himself to the set, taking the time to shake everybody's hands. Quote, he shakes everyone's hands. He goes around the entire room. And this is not a small operation. This is a big-ass production. So when he shakes everyone's hands, I basically sit down because I'm going to be there for a little while.
Wow, he was able to read ass without a problem, and our copy has asterisks instead of S's.
True.
But he can't read brigade.
He went out of his way to learn everybody's names, introduce himself to everyone.
That sounds like a dick.
Yeah, oh God, Henry. He concluded that Cavill could be a politician, emphasizing just how much of an impact he made on every single member of the production. What? He's also that doesn't make sense, does it? Cavill also is a diehard fan of The Witcher games and novels, so much so that he has even promised the fans more book loyalty as the series enters season 3, which did not happen because he's gone.
Well, the director liked him. The writers didn't.
That's true.
How do you like it? Writers on a TV show that hates the source material, like, we're just going to write whatever we feel like writing. We're not going to follow the actual plot of what it is. And so, yeah, I agree with Henry Cavill. I was like, you know what? He's a big fan. Mm-hmm. He wanted to stick with it. And the writer's like, fuck you. And all right, well, I'm out. I'll see you later. And of course, this is in contrast to earlier reports that he was problematic.
Yes.
On the set. I was like, of course, if you're a big fan of the source material and you got these writers, squeezing out this excrement that doesn't go with the original content, and you signed on with this because that's what you wanted to do, and you sit there with the writers going, guys, ladies, everybody, that's not what happens. Oh, no, we like this. We're going to do this. And I'm like, all right, I'm out.
I got it. Let's put Garrett on a spaceship. Yeah, that's it.
You ever think about The Witcher in space? They did it with Jason. Give him a broom.
They did it with Josie and the Pussycats. Pussycats in outer space.
So there you go. So maybe Henry Cavill is not an asshole. He just is devoted to the craft.
One on TV.
Just devoted to the craft. Let's see here. E-Bombs World had 21 of the most. What am I looking at here?
I have no clue.
In the wake of Oreo announcing their
Thank you.
latest catastrophe, the most Oreo, we've decided to dig up all the Oreos past collabs. Some are fine, some are disgusting. But one thing for certain, we didn't ask for any one of them.
We won't go through all 21.
We can go through all 21 and say how many we've had on the show.
Okay, we got the Red Velvet Oreo milkshake at Burger King.
Nope.
Barefoot Oreo wine.
I tried to buy that last year, and I was they couldn't ship it to Ohio.
So we were denied.
Yep.
Batman Oreos.
I did not have Batman.
I think we did.
I think we did.
Yeah.
No.
And all it was just
The Batman logo on, and it had red cream.
Yep.
Black and pink Oreos.
Yep.
Game of Thrones Oreos.
Yep.
Buffalo wing and wasabi Oreos.
Nope.
That was a Japanese flavor.
Yeah.
Oreo topped with donuts from Krispy Kreme.
Nope. That sounds amazing.
No.
The
Oreo was topped with donuts, or is it
Oreos?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
donuts topped with Oreos.
Dunkin' Donuts Mocha Oreos.
Nope. Not Dunkin' Donut ones.
McDonald's Oreo pie.
I have.
Really?
Amazing.
Sakura and matcha Oreos.
Nope.
Milka Oreo candy bar.
No.
The most Oreo cookies and cream in between cookies.
No.
You looked for it.
We're on the lookout.
It was not out in the store.
This is our favorite one next.
Peeps Oreos.
We did have those.
Lady Gaga Oreos.
Yep.
NBA Dynasty Oreos.
We had NBA Dynasty ones?
Yep.
I don't remember those.
Cracker/cookie Oreos from Ritz.
Nope.
That did not look good.
Oh, it looked terrible. There was an Oreo on one side and the Ritz on the other.
Yes. Pokemon Oreos.
Yep.
Supreme Oreos.
I'm not sure
We
what
did
those
have
are.
those.
Did we? Okay.
Yes. Spam and Oreo burger from McDonald's.
No.
No.
You gotta say spam and Oreo and spam.
Spam.
Sorry, we are out of spam. We're out of Oreos. So you just want spam. Yes.
And an Oreo.
And Swedish fish Oreos.
As
Yes.
disgusting as they sound, and probably
Xbox
tasted,
Oreos.
Yeah, Xbox Oreo.
the Swedish fish Oreos, I couldn't stop eating. There was just something about it. It's like these tastes don't go together, but I can't stop eating.
As a collective, we've had
It was
9 of
the
these.
crack in there.
Oh,
Here you go, Andrew. You ready? James Gunn, Peter Safran officially start running the newly created DC Studios. Today they announced their lineup. Basically, they're going to be cartoons, video games, movies, and TVs all tied together from now on. But They're doing Matt Reeves' Batman 2. That's going to be an Elseworlds production, which we have talked about for years on this show. Just put Elseworlds at the front of it, and you can do these. They're doing another Joker film with Lady Gaga, which we, again, have said, put it in the Elseworlds. And that's what they're doing.
Is she going to be playing the Joker?
No. Harley Quinn. Let's see here.
Elseworlds will be in the title for these?
Yes. So what they're going to do is it's going to be bold, and in front is what James Gunn said, Elseworlds. Batman 2 or whatever.
So this will allow them to continue making their
Yes.
Offshoots.
their offshoot films.
Yep. For 2025, Superman Legacy. Brand new Superman actor is going to be in the role. James Gunn's writing it and probably directing it too. Batman and Robin movie called The Brave and the Bold. Issue with this, Damian Wayne is Robin. I don't like Damian Wayne.
It doesn't matter if you like him or not.
They're making it. So,
I mean, Damian Wayne's been Robin for like 10 years now.
Yeah, I know.
Whether you like it or not, he's.
but the good
Robin.
news is,
Oh, no, Jason doesn't like it. We got to scrap it.
hey, put it on Twitter. Put it on Twitter. I don't like it.
No.
I don't like it.
I'm not putting that on
Did
my
James
Twitter
Gunn
account.
call you and ask you what
Yeah, you know what? I started a hashtag. Not my Robin. Not my Robin. Anyways, the cool thing about that is Nightwing, Batgirl, all of them, like his Gotham Knights.
Red Hood,
Yep.
Red Robin.
They're all in. They're already being made. They're already alive in that world.
So they'll all be in Brave and the Bold.
Rumor
Did he
is
announce that?
the rumor. No, they didn't announce it, but the rumor is that Nightwing will be in it. So we'll see. Let's see here. They're making a TV series on HBO Max about Wonder Woman's Island. They said it's a very Game of Thrones type show.
On Themyscira?
Yep.
That I did see.
Set before Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
Booster Gold is getting a TV show.
Oh, they're actually doing some
Booster Gold is. I love Booster
Since
Gold.
they went ahead and canceled
Doom Patrol
Titans and Doom
Titans.
Patrol.
Lanterns.
Although James Gunn said he had nothing to do with that. They did that on their own.
Lanterns with Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart.
They're finally doing that?
HBO Max series. They're basically, it's a very true detective, like they said. They're like the cops of the Earth realm, and they find a ancient mystery. The going on online is Blackest Night. Blackest Night.
They're going to have Guy Gardner and Kyle.
They said
what's
that
his
other
name?
lanterns will be in it.
Are they going to get Woody Harrelson and
Matthew
Matthew
McConaughey.
McConaughey to be Al Jordan? And
I don't think that's allowed. I
It
don't
is
think that's
HBO
right.
Max.
it is Victor Max. You
That's
said
true.
If it's very true detective-like,
Yes, they're just, and Vince Vaughn's going to be in it.
Colin Farrell, guest stars. Mahershala Ali.
Mahershala Ali, because
They're all-
they need to be proper race for Jon Stewart.
Yes. Swamp Thing is getting his own movie.
And they're all showing up at Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Yes, that's right. Waller is getting a TV series, and
Interesting.
she's going to be teaming up with all the supporting cast from Peacemaker, like each week or so.
And is it going to be
HBO Max.
Viola Davis
Yes.
playing Waller?
Yep.
Wow.
Well, Gunn's got to get his girlfriend in there, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, she's going to be back. Also, they're Supergirl is making a movie. They're doing a movie of Supergirl.
how about Batgirl?
There's already
They
one
made
made.
So
They just need to release it.
they said it was. James Gunn did not say this. Peter Safran, the other guy, did. Said it was unreleasable and it would do more harm than good to any DC property. It couldn't come back from that, which is kind of an insult to all the people that worked on it. So that did not trend well today.
That must have been bad.
It's Brandon Fraser as Firefly. Come on.
Well, now I want to see it.
I know.
I mean, the more they dog it, the more I want to see it.
yeah.
It's all a ploy. They're going to release it in like 6-8 months, and everyone's going to go see it.
They're going to release it at the Cincinnati Comic Expo.
Special screening. Friday night.
September 22nd through 24th.
Second floor.
Yep. Also after that,
In the coat room.
the Roger Corman Fantastic Four movie.
None of this is actually going to be aired.
No.
What we'll do is we'll film it,
Okay.
and then we're going to act like it was. This is like a secret version of it.
Okay. I like it.
We'll be a one-time only, saying we got a copy of it.
And it'll just be us.
Dr. Dana's Batgirl.
And we'll announce where it's going to be at the day of the show.
It's all going to be filmed the Thursday before the expo.
And Jason is going to be Batman.
Where is she? Tell me where she is.
Cinema guys are going to do a screening of the Esquire.
I don't think we're going to make the news with that one. Or maybe we will. I don't know. It could go either way.
Well, after the screening, when people riot,
When they riot, yeah.
And we get sued.
The first era of this new DC.
Yeah, Andrew, you are LLC, right?
The first era is called Gods and Monsters, and finally, the one film, and they said there's going to be more, but they're not showing everything or announcing everything. The Authority from Wildstorm is getting a movie, and they're going to introduce them to the DC universe. Basically, it's
Was that Jim Lee?
I don't know.
Jim Lee
Check
did
it.
the Authority? I
If
can't
only we
remember.
had something that we could look that up with.
Oh, you want me to look that up?
So those are your films. There's also an animated series that James Gunn wrote and is in production right now, and it's about Dr. Frankenstein, Frankenstein's monster, the Bride of Frankenstein, Phosphorus, which is one of the weird villains of Batman. Rick Flag Sr. runs it, and it's a team of these monsters, and it's an animated film. Or I'm sorry, animated series, 7 episodes. So he said they will all connect, but not like some of them will connect a little bit more than others. They said Swamp Thing kind of takes place in its own realm, but it still has some connectivity to it. So, I like that they're doing different things. I mean, I'm fine with that. I like the Brave and the Bold with Batman and Robin. It's already established. Superman Legacy is not going to be an origin film. So,
Well,
good.
the Authority itself was not Jim Lee. It
Yeah.
was pretty much a spin-off or continuation of Stormwatch, which was created by Jim Lee.
Okay. So there you go. And he did say that he kind of said like the Flashpoint movie with Ezra Miller, the criminal, allegedly, is basically like a reboot of the whole universe. So unfortunately, after that, they also had Blue Beetle and Aquaman 2 coming out. So I'm not sure how that all connects. But
You're a reboot of the whole universe.
oh god,
They'll put Elseworlds in front of it.
I don't know what they're going to do with it. But yeah, Blue Beetle I'm excited about, but I'm sure that's going to be a one-off. Sorry, Zachary Levy. I don't think you're coming back for Shazam either. Shazam 3.
Yeah, he'll be battling for Shazam 2.
Do you think Black Adam comes back?
No.
No, it's a joke.
I didn't find it funny.
Kind of
Thank
stood
you.
up for Zach
Yeah.
Levi on when his tweet.
He did say that he loves it. He does a great job, but he's like they've always kind of done their own thing.
But Zach Levi tweeted some stuff about Pfizer, and people are getting on about being an anti-vaxxer.
Oh.
When he posted some stuff that wasn't actually about the vax, and Gunn's like, "Oh, he's allowed to say whatever and tweet whatever he wants. He's free to do that. I back him and support him in that." When people wanted them to throw him under the bus,
I like Shazam
considering James Gunn got thrown under the bus.
Yeah.
every time.
Manufactured rage.
Yes.
Not my Robin. Hashtag.
Not my Pfizer hashtag.
Oh, there we go.
There it is.
Okay, let's Jeff do box office news real quick.
Box office news and report from January 27th through January 29th of 2023. Number one at the box office, Avatar: The Way of Water made another $15.7 million, a total of $621 million on a $400 million budget.
Who's watching this film?
Stop watching Avatar.
I was wondering the same thing.
A lot of people,
7
a lot of
weeks in a
people
row.
out of in foreign countries because they're doing a lot better overseas.
Everything I see on Twitter, I'm not kidding, like everything I see on Twitter about Avatar, they're like, this movie has made so much money, but I haven't seen one person that has seen this film or liked it. Like, who's watching this?
The same people that apparently watched the first one and liked the first
I
one.
guess.
I've met
There's
some people.
nothing in theaters right now.
No.
And that's the other thing. But still, $15 million, and it's, what, sixth week or something?
Yeah.
That's a lot. Number two, Puss in Boots, The Last Wish, made another $10.6 million, a total of $141 million on a budget of $90 million.
That's a great movie.
I like that movie. I enjoyed it.
I have not seen it.
It's kind of like The Croods. It's just going to stay in theaters, Jeff, like it did during the
During
pandemic.
the pandemic, The Croods was the only thing in the theaters. Number three, A Man Called Otto. Ooh, pounding it in. Another $6.8 million for a total of $46 million on a budget of $50 million. Does it again, it gets its money back next week.
Yep. There you
Megan made $6.4 million, a total of $82.5 million on a $12 million budget.
They greenlit the sequel for 2025.
And pardon my pronunciation, but Pathan made $5.9 million, a total of $8.5 million in its opening weekend on an unknown budget.
It's an Indian film. It's from India, and it is making tons of money.
An Indian film from India.
You know what? I was trying to clarify. Shut up.
He didn't want people to think it was like a Native American film.
Oh.
It's a Bollywood film, and it's the #1 grossing film, I think, in India of all time.
Of all time at 8.5 million?
No, this is in
just
America.
American domestic.
You know
box
what?
office. You know how long we've been doing this show? 9 years. We do the American box office.
Oh, okay.
That's why you never got above intern. Jeez.
He's above intern.
Damn it.
He got 2 promotions from intern.
Yeah.
That's right.
Keep it up. You're not going to get to meet Frank Stallone.
Okay. That's fine. I'm okay with that.
It's the Night Comic Expo.
That gives me more time to wait for Keanu Reeves.
And wait.
And wait.
wait.
None of these people are
and
coming.
Upcoming February 3rd, Knock at the Cabin.
While vacationing, a girl and her parents are taken hostage by armed strangers who demand that the family make a choice to avert the apocalypse.
Bum, bum, bum. Starring Dave Bautista.
Soon to be at Comic Expo.
That's after premiering after Batgirl.
Hey, so I watched Glass Onion this week.
Yeah.
Yes.
With Dave Bautista.
He was in that, yes.
Fantastic movie.
I loved it.
Like how it connected.
Does anybody know what's going on?
That was my mother's review. Halfway through the movie.
Knock at the Cabin that's an M. Night Shyamalan.
Yes.
It's his.
Yes.
It's got to be better than Old.
It's got to be better than The Happening.
What?
I didn't hate Old.
I didn't hate it, but I liked the twist at the end, but getting to that, I was kind of bored by it. I grew old watching it.
Also coming out this week, I know Brian's been looking forward to this one.
I have not.
80 for Brady.
Well, we already talked about this on its when it was released in
Limited release last
limited
week.
release.
So we won't talk about it
2
anymore.
months ago.
There's nothing else coming out this week, huh?
Nope.
What about Fathom events?
Yeah. I don't know what that is, but yeah.
Special one-offs like, hey, we got The Last Starfighter coming at 7:05 this Saturday. Come see it. Like they do, like the Who concert at the theater. They film it and show it.
So they're the ones that do the whenever Critical Role is showing
Yes.
in the theater,
Yes.
it's them.
So no, I don't have those.
Well, there is The Amazing Maurice.
Oh,
That is an animated film. Brosh and Rocket. And Sword Art Online, the movie programming.
okay. Moving on to top 5 this week. Top 5 this week is top 5 favorite best uses of music, specific uses in film or television.
What do you mean specific use?
I'll get to the Doctor Number 1 response. Let's see here. So
he changed the rules on us again.
no, it's the same thing. Let's see.
Wait. I thought that we're doing this music and television.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
I wasn't paying attention. I was reading the paper.
Is it something in that corner that no one pays
It's the
attention
corner. It's the corner, Jason.
to? Okay. It doesn't trail.
the paper. Never mind. Scratch that.
We'll edit that.
We'll edit that out later.
Let's see here. You know what? Fuck it. Jeff, go first.
Number 5 on my list, I am going with the song Tequila in Pee-wee's Big Adventure. The big shoe dance. Tequila.
Blake, number 5 for you.
All right, I hope it's number 5.
Of course.
Because if you hear one of these 2 songs, you know what genre you're immediately in. Fortunate One from CCR or Painted Black from Rolling Stones.
In what movies?
You're in Vietnam.
Oh, okay.
You're in
Apocalypse
Vietnam
Now.
4, yeah.
Okay.
I could have made it easy and said, Ride of the Valkyries too, but
Theme song to, what was that Vietnam TV show?
China Beach.
MASH.
No, it wasn't China Beach. It was China Beach theme
CSI
song.
Miami?
Yes.
Private Benjamin.
I think that was it. Yeah.
you're in a
F Troop?
That's right. No.
But Painted Black was also used multiple times in Westworld.
Oh, it was.
Yeah,
Ooh.
don't give
Well,
that
I'm gonna
away.
put that on my Painted Black in Westworld. At least it's an honorable mention for me.
Andrew, what's your number 5?
Joe Esposito's "You're the Best."
In what movie?
Around.
That's
You're
right.
the best around. Nothing's gonna
I don't know
stop
music, so
taking
none of this
down.
is really
You're the
helping
best.
me.
Karate Kid.
Oh, okay.
I can't believe you didn't know that.
I don't know anything about music.
So what I just heard is Ralph Macchio's coming this year. All right, I see where you're going with this. I like it.
That's all this is subtle clues throughout the whole episode. Number 5 for you.
Number 5 for me, Tiny Dancer from Almost Famous.
You know that song?
No. Tiny Dancer, play it again.
Tour of Duty. Tour of Duty was
Tour of
the
Duty,
name
yeah.
of the
Tour
show.
Duty. There you go.
Number 5.
Tiny
Jim.
Dancer if you're on a bus.
I am going to go New Slang from the movie Garden State.
Listen to the Shins.
Shins
They
will
will
change
change
your
your
life.
life.
Number 5 for me is Just a Girl, Captain Marvel. I love that scene at the end.
I'm just a girl.
And she's just kicking ass. I love that scene. Because her power is like she finally is unleashed.
Because she has girl power.
That's right.
Oh, man, I got to put that on my list. The entire soundtrack to Spice World.
I have Don't Fear the Reaper from the miniseries The Stand when they're all dying. I love that scene. And it's just you see they're playing it and everyone's dying. Go ahead, Jeff or Jim.
Times they are a changing. The opening scene to The Watchmen. Bob Dylan. Times they are changing.
Okay.
Perfect. If I would have thought of it, it would have been on my list.
Does Bob Dylan let his music be in a lot of movies?
Yes.
Does he? Okay.
Or
All
at
along
least
the Watchtower
versions
if,
of.
If you look at list on this, there are about 8 Bob Dylan songs.
Gotcha. Okay.
If you can, on A Million Little Things, they used "Shelter from the Storm."
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think Parenthood, at least the original theme song to Parenthood was Bob Dylan. I can't remember what it was now.
I was just curious.
But I think they changed it when they put it out in reruns or whatnot.
Brian?
Number 4, I Hobie this one. Went to the 80s, so I've got In Your Eyes, Peter Gabriel from Say Anything, and Don't You Forget About Me, Simple Minds, Breakfast Club.
Oh, okay. Good choice. Andrew, number 4.
The Banana Boat song.
Deo.
From what movie?
Beetlejuice.
Oh, okay.
Don't make us
Catherine
say it 3
O'Hara.
times.
Catherine O'Hara's coming.
I
I
love
thought it
these
was Winona Ryder. You sure it's not Winona Ryder?
Maybe. Ooh, I'm thinking Schitt's Creek at the expo this year.
Yeah.
Let's see if their Eugene Levy
Eugene
thing
Levy.
pops
All right.
up.
All right.
Well, we already said that Gina Davis is not coming.
No, number
But Alec
4.
Baldwin might.
He would kill to get there. Number 4.
Allegedly.
Number 4, Babe. I got you, babe.
Oh, Groundhog Day.
Yes. The best wake up song ever
That's an honorable
to
mention for
annoy
me.
somebody for the rest of their lives.
Number 4. That's a good one.
Number 4 for me, it's kind of a Hobie because it's pretty much, well, I've got one specific, but I'm going to pretty much throw out Quentin Tarantino's use of song in his movies. My specific one here, though, is Stuck in the Middle in Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
That is on my honorable mentions list.
Did somebody lose an ear on that scene?
It was a Van
yes.
Gogh favorite.
Number 3.
Number 3 for me is the Gary Jewell version of Mad World as used in Donnie Darko.
Blake, number 3.
Number 3, I super Hobie this, but it's all one TV show. Actually, seasons 2 through 9.
Glee?
American Idol.
Drew Carey show.
Ah.
One of the great
5
things
O'Clock World.
one of the great things they used to do is they would take a song and they would do a sketch or a dance or montage to it every episode, which supposedly is one of the reasons why you can never find it in syndication because they don't have the rights to all those music songs. But you can only find season 1 of the Drew Carey show. Other than the fact that they had some great opening theme songs
were
too.
good, yeah.
Yeah.
Until they did Cleveland Rocks. 'cause
And they
that
would do
song sucks.
and they would do different. Actually, that song's awesome. But anyways,
Terrible song. I don't care if you're
Cleveland sucks.
I don't care what your opinion of the city of Cleveland is. That song is
hey,
terrible.
I'll tell you what. Nothing's better when you're at Progressive Field, or formerly known as, and you sit there and you're at the bottom of the ninth, and the Indians, now Guardians, sorry, actually hit the go-ahead win, and the rock song starts breaking out, Cleveland Rocks, and everybody starts yelling and screaming and starts singing Cleveland Rocks when they win a game like that. You don't have anything like that in Cincinnati with the Reds. You got, hey, we're going down the old Ohio.
First off,
That's not the song at all.
I know, because you don't have one in Cincinnati.
Why
But
are
I'd
you
rather have
yelling
no
at
song
us?
than a bad song.
Cleveland Rocks is an awesome rock song.
Terrible rock song.
They've
written
got a song Cincinnati Reds don't.
time out.
And
I think it's funny
It's not
that
a Guardians-owned song. They just play a song.
time out. I think it's
And it rocks. And when you win, everybody jumps up and starts
rather
screaming
listen
and
to
yelling,
Burn On.
screaming to it.
Randy Newman, Burn On would be better.
yes.
Well, then,
I think it Blake. I think it's,
right the fucking ownership of the Reds. Get a rocking song when the Reds win a game where everybody can jump up and start singing it.
I think it's cute that
Cleveland
you.
should use Burn On by Randy Newman.
No. I thought you were talking about the Reds.
No.
I thought
No, because you got to do Cleveland Rocks because it's awesome. I've been there. I've done it several times.
You're taking a big leap thinking the Reds are going to win this
for
year.
Major League to use it as the song to start the movie.
Andrew, what's your number 3?
So who from the Cleveland Guardians are there this year? Or Drew Carey show? Drew Carey!
Albert Bell. He got
Pennies from Heaven.
from what song or movie?
Elf.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's a good one. I like
I'd rather
Elf.
listen to Cleveland Rock.
I like Elf.
than watch Elf.
Oh, stop it! I love Elf. Love it.
So who from the movie Elf is showing up? Will Ferrell?
I hope not. Maybe.
Zoe
Zoe
Deschanel?
Deschanel. Well,
Bob Newhart.
oh wait, if you get Zoe Deschanel, though, she's very strict on her diet. She is vegan.
Yeah.
And no gluten. And I don't know if there's anything left in the world to eat, but
M&Ms.
that's what she eats.
M&M's. Brian, number 3.
No skyline.
Number 3 for me, Shipping Up to Boston, Dropkick Murphys from The Departed.
Okay. Number,
Good pick. Solid pick.
number 3,
Better
Jim.
than Cleveland Rocks.
Number 3 for me, I will have to go with These Days by Nico from the Royal Tannenbaums.
Okay. Number 3 for me is Hearts on Fire, Rocky 4 montage. Hearts on fire. Because he's got his fire back because Adrian's there. He's ready.
That's not even the best song from that.
No.
movie.
What's the other one?
The Burning Heart.
Sing it.
The Survivor song. Is the burning heart just about to break?
Anyways, number 2 for us.
Jason never heard that one before.
It's in Rocky 4. I can't help it if he hasn't heard it.
I'm too worried about the plot. Too worried about the plot.
Frank Stallone singing. Burning hard.
My number 2 is from The Office series finale, Creed's All the Faces. Like at the end when they're all talking, I just love that scene. And he's just, he tells, it's just weird. Like you just work, show up for a job and they become family. And then he looks at the police officers, let's do this. Because he was arrested.
That was a good ending.
I love that series finale.
Am I number 2?
Yep.
I'll go a series finale too.
Okay.
They should have ended the season with this episode, but they went on to have more. I will go with Scrubs, The Book of Love by Peter Gabriel's version.
I was going to say the opening theme song to Scrubs, I'm the Superman is pretty good.
Oh, it's a great one. But I'm going with when they go back and look at his life and all the all the people in the hallway and.
Yes. We officially say season 9 of Scrubs is just a spin-off. Scrubs ended with season 8. Season 9 is a different show.
Gotcha. Number 2, Brian.
Number 2 for me would be Lose Yourself from 8 Mile.
Oh, nice one.
You would do that whole...
Mom Spaghetti.
Yep.
No, that's it's no Mekhi Phifer.
Oh, he said Mekhi Phifer!
I think he's the guy in the movie.
I get it! Andrew, what's your number 2?
I'm going to go with 2 here.
Okay.
Sorry.
He's
Hobieing
hoping
it.
it.
Hobie did.
So this one, is from a movie I love. It's Top Gun. Take my breath away.
Yep.
All right.
Every time you hear that, I think of Top Gun.
He says Top Gun 2, I'm leaving. What's the next one?
You live here.
The heat is on because it brings back a lot of memories from when I would go to Kings Island as a kid, and they would always have that playing at some point when I was there in the background, and I love the movie.
Okay.
So, Beverly Hills Cop.
Yep. I like that.
So
Cool.
Tom Cruise and Eddie Murphy, Cincinnati Comic Expo. September 23rd, 25.
Number 2 for you.
Where is my mind? Yeah, the Pixie song, Where is My Mind? Continually throughout The Leftovers. And, of course, in Fight Club. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, song, you know it's a good...
Fight Club.
That's right. You know it's a good song when it's in several genres. TV and movies.
You met me at a very strange time in my life.
Number 2 for you, Jeff.
Number 2 for me, I'm going to go with. I'm going Glee.
Okay.
Every single
song Glee ever did. No, specifically, I'm going to do it. Was it the Young the Giant song "Cough Syrup"? Mm-hmm. It's a song that the character Blaine sings, and it's interspersed with the David Karofsky attempted suicide.
Okay.
It's a very powerful way to start a show.
Okay. Number 1, can you do an uplifting song?
Number 1 for me, I'm doing The Blower's Daughter in the movie Closer. When, the slow motion of Natalie Portman walking to you and you just can't take my eyes off of you.
What does it taste like?
It tastes like you, but sweeter.
There you go. Best line ever. Number 1, Blake.
Number 1, Hobie It Again, long-run TV show. I loved in Westworld, especially season 1. They the player piano music sheet where you can get, it's like you listen to the song, it's like, oh, I know that song. Of course, a couple of them were, Radiohead and some other good songs. And
Painted Black was one of them.
Painted Black was one of them, as we mentioned earlier. I was almost scared someone was going to say Westworld. It's like, damn it. But yeah, I loved that trope that they had in there with the player piano in the saloon.
Number 1, Andrew.
2 again. Sorry.
Hobie it.
1 is opening to my favorite movie, Back to the Future, Power of Love.
Don't need a credit card.
Yep. And the other one is because it's my favorite rock group. And it got my kids to like the music, and that would be Thor Ragnarok, Led Zeppelin.
When he lands on the bridge?
Yeah.
That is good.
Yeah.
For a second there, I thought you were saying Huey Lewis was your favorite rock group, and you made me think we had a Patrick Bateman in the midst here.
So Huey Lewis at the Comic Expo. Got it.
If you liked Ragnarok, wait for the new D&D movie.
Number 1 for you,
Nobody
Brian.
has said Patrick Bateman movie yet.
Nope.
Go ahead.
Number 1 for me.
Patrick Bateman.
American Psycho.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster. Ghetto Boys. Space.
Yep.
Space.
I never saw that yet on the TV
Office
show.
Space different than The Office.
No, it isn't. Just let people think it's
I've
not.
never heard that theme song in that episode.
Number 1, Jim.
It'd be a good, if I would put it on my list, it's got a honorable mention, but I could have said kind of with that one would be It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp by Hustle and Flow.
Yeah.
But instead, I am going to go with Don't Stop Me Now from Shaun of the Dead.
Don't stop me now.
So when they're just beating up,
having a good
beating up the
time.
zombies.
My number 1 was from a film that not many people saw, and I've talked about it many times on here.
Star Wars, we all saw Star Wars.
No, we didn't.
Starfighter.
The Last Starfighter, when that unicorn dies. Oh my God, I'm in
Saw
tears.
MASH, Jason.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, Suicide is Painless from MASH. What?
Nope. Magic Carpet Ride.
Yeah, that's some of my honorable mentions. Suicide is painless.
Magic Carpet Ride from the movie Go. They had like 3 different movies back in the late 90s when there were 3 different stories that they all interconnect at the one point. So that was their big thing, or one of the popular tropes back then.
You are correct.
yeah.
No one's heard of it.
Great movie. Great movie.
Steppenwolf, there was a trope of using Steppenwolf songs in movies.
Yes. Let's see here.
Wayne's World, did they use Steppenwolf?
Probably Magic Carpet Ride.
I think they did in the second one.
Let's see, my honorable mentions. Let's see, we'll go to the
I kind of
entire,
want to look up and find all the
the
movies
entire
that
Jurassic Park
Magic Carpet
soundtrack.
Ride was in.
Which one?
Jurassic Park.
Okay.
The song "That's Not How the Story Goes" from the series, a series of unfortunate events,
Okay.
and "The Reigns of Castamere" from Game of Thrones. Because you just hear those first few notes, and you're like, "Oh no!"
Okay.
Any other honorable mentions?
Honorable mentions, I have the Beastie Boys' Sabotage in Star Trek Beyond, when they use the Beastie Boys music to save the universe.
Okay.
And I also have Breaking Bad in its last season. It used the song El Paso, I think, to start the season, and Baby Blue to end the season.
Simon and Garfunkel's Sounds of Silence for Graduate.
Yep.
The entire soundtrack to The Crow.
Oh, that's a good one. I didn't even think of that.
Soundtrack to The Graduate. All 4 songs.
We've done soundtracks
True
before.
Graduates, true. Yeah.
Well,
And Train Spotting.
we've had some listener feedback. Oh, sorry, Brian. Did you have any?
I do. I have some.
Go ahead, real quick.
Andrew has some.
Oh, good.
All Star by Smash Mouth.
Get out. Rat Race. Gotta love them.
No.
Oh.
Shrek.
Yeah, and the other one's Queen in Wayne's World, because you just mentioned Wayne's
Yeah,
World. I was thinking about that.
Bohemian
Oh, Bohemian
I
Rhapsody.
have Queen in Bohemian Rhapsody, the movie.
Oh, okay, yeah.
No, Wayne's
Get
World.
out.
Sorry. Number for
Not
you.
in Get Out.
It was a great use in Wayne's
It
World.
was not in Get Out.
Oh, okay. Let's see. I did have Bohemian Rhapsody. Let's see. Ooh Child, the 5 stair steps from Boys in the Hood. What else did I have? Broken from Amy Lee and Seether from The Punisher.
Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the song that he sings in the diner, The Punisher.
Yes.
Yeah.
I wrote that song for you. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. You sure?
Let me get back to you.
Everything from A Mighty Wind.
Doctor Number
And this is
One.
Spinal Tap.
Doctor Number One had music when it's behind a montage, as a score, as a theme song for fighting, and in Remy LaCroix's sex scenes. Remy LaCroix. Steve had Everything I Learned from Movies.
Everything I learned from movies.
Wild Horses by the Sundays in the movie Fear, the roller coaster scene.
Wild Horses by who?
The Sundays.
The Sundays, yeah.
Is it a version
Not Rolling
of the
Stones?
Nope.
Is it the same song, just a different
I have no idea.
version? Or?
It's from 1996. I haven't seen that movie since 1996. Hocus Pocus by Focus in RoboCop 2017.
Man. The music video for that song is incredible.
X-Gone, Give It To Ya in Deadpool.
From Xavier Games.
Opening theme to Life Force 1985 by Henry Mancini.
Mancini?
Whatever. Cat People by David Bowie and Inglourious Bastards.
That's a good one.
That is a good one.
Randall Holt did some research on this one, which is amazing for the show.
As a listener for 9 years, I would hope so.
Yes. Everything in Spinal Tap is honorable mention.
Okay.
Number 5, Dream Warriors by Dawkins in A Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
Oh, that was terrible.
Fortunate Son by CCR, Forrest Gump.
Yep.
The End by The Doors in Apocalypse Now.
Yep.
Frenzy by Screaming Jay Hawkins in The X-Files. And Banana Split's theme song from Kick-Ass.
Yes.
Dana Gardens. Hey! We know people that work there.
And I know the guy who runs an account, too.
We know people that own that place.
Tumbling Tumbleweeds in The Big Lebowski.
Okay.
Any Way You Want It in Caddyshack.
Oh, yeah.
So let's dance! Stuck in the Middle with You, Reservoir Dogs.
Good pick.
Christmas in Hollis, Die Hard. And My Heart Will Go On in Titanic.
Yeah. You can't even think of that song without thinking that.
Randall Holt said that was the most excellent top 5 pick.
What about Apocalypse Now or Ride of the Valkyries?
That's what he said, yeah. And finally, Sean Kuhn at Pittsburgh Nerd had Sabotage in Star Trek Beyond.
Oh, I didn't mean to steal it from you, Sean.
Running Up That Hill, Stranger Things.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I forgot. I was going to put Stranger Things on my list.
It was on every single list that I saw.
Yeah,
so I
but
didn't
that's the
use
one.
it.
I didn't look up lists. I just tried to go through my own memory. But yeah, Running Up That Hill and Sean has it on there later.
Metallica,
I apologize.
Master
Metallica's
Puppets.
Master of Puppets.
Fruit Roll-Up's theme song, Tougher Than Leather. Jay and Silent Bob. Hallelujah in West Wing. That's a good one. And All
What
Along.
was the name of that?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
What's the name of the song again?
Yuya.
Hallelujah.
Oh, it's right here. Go fuck yourself, Jim. I have a speech impediment.
You have a brain impediment.
Same thing. All along the Watchtower by
I'm getting tired of writing down you have a brain impediment for the show titles, guys.
Battlestar Galactica. Bad idea of the week.
Having A.V. Mary as your
Not having enough
Song.
Hubba Bubba for Andrew.
Not having enough Hubba Bubba for Andrew. That would be bad idea number 189.
189.
Okay.
Can we guys just say something?
Yes.
You know who has the best soundtracks in all his movies is Adam Sandler. I love the music that he picks and throughout all his movies.
Happy Gilmore was on today. They had an Adam Sandler mini marathon on this morning. Had it on in the background. I like that. I'm actually seeing Adam Sandler next week in concert.
Yeah, is that on Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought about going.
Yeah. Going with my brother.
I'll see your Adam Sandler, and I'm going to still raise you Quentin Tarantino. He's
Speaking of,
I'll go Wes Anderson.
good one.
I'll go John Hughes.
Oh, John Hughes got some great music in his movies as well.
Speaking of comedians, who else is going to see Kevin James with me?
Okay,
I think we're having an entire office event.
Yeah.
We're all going.
yeah, give me a ticket. I'll really go with you.
What, is Kevin James coming?
Yeah, June
When?
17th.
When that get announced?
Yesterday?
Oh, man, my wife loves Kevin James.
Then your wife would love my D&D character.
Just broke our mics. Jeez.
You know, what's funny is she actually asked about, because I told her she's going to miss Adam Sandler, and that's why I wasn't going, because she wasn't going. And
Oh,
I'd be
that's-
going by myself, so I was like,
You can go with
But,
Jason.
but then she was like, yeah, one's, she was asking about Kevin James, and she was asking about
Carrot Top?
Seinfeld, and she goes, oh, I guess they're not coming. So I guess the day she looked, they announced it that
They
day.
announced it yesterday.
When's it go on sale?
I believe Friday.
I'm sure there'll be plenty of tickets left.
Oh,
It's at Taft, I believe.
oh, that tiny place?
I'm pretty sure.
I was shocked Sandler was at the arena, Heritage Bank Arena. 10,000 people.
Yeah, how many tickets are, because I was looking the other day,
Where
it was
else
only
would
like
he be?
half sold out. but
Taft. I thought he would be at Taft.
It was
smaller one.
those tickets were not cheap.
I thought he'd be playing at Paul Brown or whatever they call that now.
Now to get in the lower bowl is like $100.
History of Bad Ideas Field at Paycor Stadium.
Yes.
You would think I would know the name of the field considering we named it.
So we got to our titles of the show. We
Got a lot.
Go ahead.
I don't have a lot, so I'll start off. I just got 3. I've got he's aggressively chewing his Hubba Bubba. I got Nanny Face Off.
We had Nanny Face Off.
And I got No One Told You to Do That.
I got My Cousin from Cincinnati. Put My JoJo's Down. My Cousin from Cincinnati is also going to be on NBC next fall. It's going to be at 8 p.m. It's going to kick off the Thursday night.
Ooh, must-see TV.
yeah.
My Cousin from
Is that,
Cincinnati.
is that a spin-off of John from Cincinnati?
It is.
Let's hope
it is.
not, because that failed miserably.
It's a reboot.
Yeah.
Is My Cousin John?
Yes.
Oh.
It's not a reboot. It's just your cousin John.
Good news is it leads right into a Less Than Tom. Less Than Tom.
Less than Tom.
Yeah.
Tom.
At 8:30 on Thursdays. That's all I had.
We had hashtag Not My Robin. We had I Wasn't Paying Attention. That's like the third time we used that one.
You're a reboot.
No?
Take that outline back. Suck it, cinema guys. You watched Nanny Face Off.
Let's see. Hobie, Pussycats in Space.
Pussycats in Outer Space.
Frank Stallone doesn't do buttholes.
No. Cannot do that.
I don't know. You think Frank Stallone would deny that?
I can't do that. Nope. Can't put that on there. No names.
The Cousin from Cincinnati. Never Try.
Never try.
You Don't Win a Shart. Milk the Octopus Eye.
I don't even remember that.
That was the very beginning.
The Printer Inc.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Charlie Chaplin and the Factory.
Done.
Yeah, he got the winner.
Go Fuck Yourself, Blake.
Anus Tart.
Anus Tart.
I think that's the second time we've done that one, too. Okay, so Charlie Chaplin, The Factory. Andrew, thanks for being on the show.
I thought you couldn't use people's names.
He's dead. It's okay.
I want to bring something up here because we were talking about John Hughes a minute ago.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I just making sure, like, is he making any movies, whatever? So I just went through
He's
his.
dead.
No, he's alive. Thank God.
No, he's not.
John Hughes.
John Hughes is dead.
He died.
like
15 years ago?
That's why he's not returning your call.
Never mind. Okay.
so that's why he hasn't been at the expo.
I was like,
all
God,
these
I was
years.
like, but God, this guy seems like he's still young. He's only 59 years old.
This asshole won't return my calls.
I've been calling this guy for 5 years.
Fuck this guy.
Man, I missed out on that. I love his movies. But anyway,
could have had Emilio. We could have had Molly Ringwald.
there was a unproduced screenplays that he did, and
Yeah.
I like this one here, and I wish he would have made it. It's called "The History of Ohio from the Beginning of Time to the End of the Universe," which I think is kind of appropriate with the name of your, History of
that
Bad
is.
Ideas.
Can we
And
get
it
him
was
on the
supposed
phone?
to be, but I guess the title was going to end up being National Lampoon's Dacron, Ohio. Was it? So it was going
Well,
to be a
let's get
National
the script
Lampoon's
and make
movie.
it ourselves.
Can you get in touch with him and see if you can get the script?
Let's get a mediator in here for an episode.
I think so.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Let's get somebody in here that can do readings, and let's all ask all these types of things. Like, can we connect with John Hughes in this room?
In a crystal ball.
No, let's get one.
Let's get a Ouija
what do they
board.
call them? What do they call those people?
Psychics?
Mediums.
Let's get a medium in here
Frauds?
to connect with John Hughes. Let's make a big promo out of it.
scam artists.
I mean, we can go on. Do it at the expo. Oh,
in one of the small rooms.
yes. And when I'm giving a tour to Jim Lee, I'll show him that room up on the second floor.
When you give the tour to Jim Lee,
Yeah.
just make him come through the medium room.
Breaking
The
news.
seance room.
Breaking news from Screen Rant.
Yeah.
Brad Boys 4 has officially been announced.
Bad
Brad
boys?
Boys?
Brad Boys. We're going to screen it at the expo with Brad Pitt.
Brad Boys, Brad Boys.
Brad Argus.
Anyways, thanks, Andrew, for showing up. I
Bad
appreciate
Boys
it.
4 was just officially confirmed.
The last time you were on was 200 episodes ago. Let's not do that.
Was it?
Yeah, 400.
It was close. It was like 150. I like that you always try to come on. Because I always say you have an open chair there.
I gotta get an invite.
Every week, you got an invite.
You have an open
I
invitation.
tell you, I really want the medium. I want the medium. I think this will be fun.
But you run the expo, so I think you can make that. Oh, you mean here in the Bob's
In your
studio.
house, yes, in your studio, right here. We'll do it live.
Okay, do you know a medium?
We can find one. I'm sure they're all over.
I know a double extra large.
I'll find
bet-
one on Twitter.
I bet
for us.
Scab Jeff knows one personally.
Oh. How about
We
we
could
do
just get Scab Jeff to do it.
If only he listened to the podcast.
Oh, if only.
Roger says goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Walking Dead to Talking Heads, from comic books to TV sets. There's a history, not so bad. There's the history. It's the history of bad, so bad. The history of bad, it's bad. History of bad ideas. Podcast.
You are listening to a Hobie.